Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 4 of the Risen Draft League here. I'm Halfling. I'll be casting Justice for Peach versus Fafnir, Fanlock, and Fanflock, my bad, and I'm joined here by my lovely co-commentator as I'm back again, Launches.
Hey, how's everyone going here? I think that this game, already looking at it, it's a pretty big rank disparity. I mean, the side of Justice has two Masters players, two Emerald players on their team, while on the other side you got a Diamond player and everyone else is Plat. So it's not as pretty in this game, but hey, Fafnir's come back from a lot of series where they were definitely the underdog. So who knows what we'll be seeing? But seeing the bands coming out here, the Sejuani and Braum, again, really powerful. I think those are really good. Don't really want to see some failure. I don't want to see some slows on that. When you're doing against Justice here, and of course the Wukong and Vi coming out are just very hotly contested picks in the jungle right now.
Yeah, Wukong not as much, but he does kind of exist maybe as a solo queue pick or as just a specialty because he is hard to deal with if you don't exactly know what you're dealing with. But Vi 100%, very big priority, and Justice for Fafnir really identifying jungle is just going to be who's pushing Fafnir through everything. And the last ban being that Varus 2 AD carries off the table, both safe AD carries. So hopefully we're seeing a little bit of blood in that series. But other than that, just expecting, maybe go for scaling if you're Fafnir. We're not going to beat you early. We don't try to beat you in hands, and that's scaling, but that's a really early Ornn pick there.
Yeah, I mean, you still have a lot of things to go against it. Maybe you pick out like a Gwen or something that can really like snip through and kind of delete the Ornn HP. Make sure he gets just so far behind he's not able to get any levels here to get those Ornn upgrade items and stuff like that. Now on the side of Justice, I mean, with ADCs already off the table, maybe you want to pick a jungler because 3 junglers are already off the table. Maybe pick the Jarvan, the Pantheon, the Xin Zhao, all been very hotly contested pick, very good picks. But actually, the Lilia comes out really good steal here by Justice because both junglers actually do play Lily, and it looks like because it wasn't banned and because of the first pick Ornn here, Lilia is going to be picked off, and we might even see, I guess, a top laner really just so they don't show too much of their hand.
100%. And Lilia, if you mentioned the Xin Zhao, if Fafnir picks that Xin Zhao, Lilia does have a decent time into it. I know it's not the best, but you're at least able to deal damage inside of the Crescent Guard. And the last pick on that R2 going to be the AD carry Jinx, locked through by Justice for Peach. That was a champion I mentioned for Fafnir because she just scales so well. MSI heads, you watched exactly what happened yesterday. That champion is so hard to stop. And I'm very, very excited to see, or not yesterday, 2 days ago, but Jinx is just hard to stop. It's hard to lock down, and you really have to weigh your options on how to deal with it.
And actually, you say that here comes the Xin Zhao pickup here as well. I mean, it's just a strong pick, right? Maybe it has kind of a little bit range on Xin Zhao. If he doesn't actually hit his Q and stuff, he's not able to actually do damage to her, or at least get in range of her, just because of how fast Lilia can be. But it's still, again, something that's very strong in the meta, something that a lot of players are really wanting to pick up here. So I think it's still a very relatively pretty good pick here. And the Mel coming out, I mean, that just screams, I'm just going to poke you out as much as I can, and there's not much you can really do about it.
100%. And it's really the options to deal with her are a lot more kind of hand checky, and this is the one big rank disparity we see in this matchup being Blood Mage and Wormlock. Being about 400 LP or so between them, some people could consider that a big one, but one of the champions that can deal with Mel is the Azir. You just get to play at range. He's always got options. He's always got a way to find a utility in a team fight with that Emperor's Divide. So I do like the pickup a lot, and you match up on the picks, so no one from Peaches is blinding. But the Senna gonna be the first ban. They really don't want to give any sort of chance for this Fafnir squad to scale.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably going to be another ADC ban here. Maybe we might see a Kaisa ban, or I think Kaisa's pretty strong. A Jin ban as well, something that can really do a lot late game, especially into a Lilia Jinx this year. That's pretty easy 4-shot deletion right there for each of those champions on the side of Justice. So something like that would be really good. The Maokai is banned out here just because you don't really want to be able to just jump onto the Mel, jump onto the AD carry and push them back into an Azir, into a Lilia sleep and stuff like that. It's going to be really annoying to play with. So really good to get off the table. And Tristana, right, we said another ADC getting off the table is just really good. And the Galio coming out as well.
Yeah, the Galio a little more, I don't know if it picked up, but it's a little more of a questionable ban there. Yes, he does deal with the very heavy AP topside that Justice for Peach has right now, and it kind of shores up any sort of weakness that this comp could have, meaning they lack tank into some champions that really can burst you if you're not paying attention. But that's the other champion that no matter what you ban is going to come through. Sion has so good wave clear, tank v tank. It's going to be the wet noodle fight top lane, so eyes are really going to be on this mid bot lane to perform, and I do like that Tristana ban because she is one of the Jinx counters. So this is really squeezing Fafnir's pools already. Are you going to try and bust out something like the Caitlyn, something like the Corki, or Draven even if you're confident? Please don't pick Kalista, though.
Yeah, I mean, Callista's what, 0-10 right now, currently at MSI.
Oh my god.
No!
Oh my. It's not like she's bad, but it's just
she's not performing though. I mean, I don't want to say go do what your name says in FF at 15, but it's again at MSI again. It's been 0-10. It has not had a single win yet, and these teams are still picking it for some reason. But Kalista, I mean, yeah, look at the mobility. She can move so much, right? She can do so much damage, but she has just not been as good as some of these other ADCs. Hasn't been really molding well with the teams, and the Thresh coming out. Hey, maybe double Shadow Isles will help out some, but it's just Kalista has just not been doing good. And what's the support to go against it? What a Blitzcrank, right?
You can if you're really confident, you can crank it here. Hook v hook always benefits Blitzcrank. You can pick something like the Alistar, the Leona, but if I'm Fafnir here, that's the champion I was really wanting them to pick was the Rel. You're dealing with so much shielding on the side of Justice for Peach. Yes, I know it's not in the lane specifically, but that's going to be a very meaty Scion shield. That's going to be a lot of extra tank that Azir is going to get. Rel just has guaranteed lockdown, whereas Thresh, it's all conditional. Can you land the hook? Flay isn't really enough. They can flash out of box if they need to. It's going to be really tough for Fafnir to find a lockdown, but they have really good single target damage. Mel has so much damage, and she kind of accidentally hurts you anyway, just kind of being alive, so that ult's going to be pretty important from Blue Mage in the mid lane from Fafnir, but this Kalista just makes it so bleak.
Yeah. I think maybe a month or two ago, Kalista would have been way higher prior, right? We've seen just how important, how much presence she had. She's had 90+% presence in games as like, at least game ones, I should say. Being, of course, if she gets picked, she can't get picked afterwards. But her presence and her power, she's been so strong. But I think really shown during MSI, she just hasn't had the success that she once had, and I think that it's kind of fallen off. And I think that this Jinx and Azir scaling is just something that I'm not sure Fafnir can keep up with.
It is going to be hard for Fafnir to keep up with, but the light for Fafnir fans here is there isn't really a bridge for Peaches to get to their scaling point. You're relying on Lilia, I guess, Lilia and Rel to kind of 2v5 these team fights, but the rest of Fafnir, they're ready to go at one item. Kalista Thresh spikes so hard, Mel spikes so hard. So for Fafnir, you're really on a time limit. Can you finish this game before 25-30 minutes? I don't really know, because they don't have great siege. They don't have great ways to hit towers. They have great ways to kill people and secure objectives, but you still got to get there those pesky towers to touch Nexus, and I don't see them doing that too reliably unless they get a demonstrable lead.
Yeah, again, we'll just have to see, right? I think that the Rel engage and the Lilia Q or Flash Q ultimate, try to get that 5-man stun. Hopefully it's not the 9-man stun here, but again, it's just something that these team fights early in the game are going to be favoring Fafnir. So can this route, can this Lilia carry it to then allow that amazing Shurima shuffle coming in with the Jinx ultimate right on top, starting to get those resets really early? Because if not, it's gonna be hard. But hey, it could just be a hand slip in the end of the day. We'll just have to see.
We'll really have to see here now. It sounds like you're in favor of the Peaches scaling, right? They have so many options. This is alluding. I also kind of favor Peaches here. We want to take the quick second and take a look at the entire production predictions, as there's actually a little spicy pick in there. But funny enough, most of us are for Peaches, but Multitudes, our producer, actually picked Fafnir, which I'm pretty hyped for. But in general, it's Peaches across the board. We love, personally, me at least, I love their bot lane. I love high elo bot lanes. They're so fun to watch. They're so fun just to see what they do differently than anything else most people see in their games. But Launches, you have Fafnir taking one game. How do you suppose that happens?
A good draft, something a little unordinary coming out here. Not the Kalista pick, but hey, this is fearless. Once you use it, you lose it. We won't see the Kalista again, luckily here. But hey, if Fafnir can get a win on this Kalista, are they better than Gen G? Gen G couldn't get the win on Kalista. If they can get the win on Kalista, I mean, that's what it is. But I think it's gonna have to come out from something unusual, something that they catch Justice off guard. And if they can do that, they could definitely take a game. But I don't think they can take the series in the end.
100% here, and we've got a little bit left on this spectator delay, and a couple extra, maybe slightly more fun games to watch going on in the meantime, but that's okay. This is still pretty fun to watch here. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. And we are back here for game one between Fafnir and Peaches. Fafnir on the blue side, Peaches on your red there, and nothing too crazy here happening. Just the spread out, the 5 points. No crazy invade, sadly, with Thresh.
Yeah, which is really weird. I mean, you usually want to see it, but I guess with that Rel able to kind of, depending on what she goes first, maybe have that crash down, you still have kind of the poke that Lilia can go with the Q, but I guess they decided, you know what, we don't really have enough damage, especially with just the Callista. It's not enough early game, and that level 1 in a team fight, at least, that should be going. So she says, you know what, we're just going to 5 point. We're just going to start lane and start even for now.
Something you can do as the Callista, as I just noticed, is that Callista, not specifically the Callista, but the Thresh has exhaust, so if you're wanting to level 1 as the Callista, you can definitely go for it. But it's still going to be so hard, and the champion now more spikes at level 3. Top lane, of course, is just the wet noodle fight. I'm kind of sad they're not dancing next to each other, just kind of having a little self-awareness of, yeah, we're not going to be doing a whole lot for a while here, but it's okay. And the mid lane's trading back. Mel, the, of course, most fun and interactive poke to deal with, as everyone knows.
Anything wrong with Mel, and she's a definitely balanced character with with a lot of counterplay early. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. It's not frustrating at all. What do you mean? You're like getting poked through the entire wave, and then she doesn't get punished for just burning all mana. Like, solid hook there, found by Tyler. The big fella though, gonna get hit by the crash down, and nothing found yet. You can see that Callista understands they're not enough of a threat anymore.
I mean, looking at top, I think the reason why Ornn didn't dance is, remember, he's locked in right now, you know?
He's locked in right now. Yeah, he does need to get through this lane. There is a little... Thanks to that trade, though, Thresh lacks that aftershock as well, and he needs that so much more than the Rel. That's why they're going to be losing this prio early against Jinx. She also has the range advantage, and it's just going to be pretty hard for you to recover this on this first back, to be honest. You can wait for bounce, you can wait for mistakes, but... I don't know. I hate this matchup because I played this exact one yesterday as the Thresh, and I cannot tell you how frustrating it is to deal with current Callista.
It really is. I mean, Callista can just jump around, but I mean, she doesn't do much damage unless, you know, you're going lethality, but lethality's kind of been nerfed to the ground. Any lethality champ except maybe Jhin, right? And then... Because even lethality virus has kind of gone out of the meta here. Still all mostly being... Oh, I thought the brittle might actually cancel it, but actually locked in. No mana.
Yeah, brittle got canceled. He's just kind of getting smacked. Final Oak Tree is trying to run him down. They're going to have that charge in a second here, but just going to not quite find it. Forced the flash from locked in there, and not a great situation if you're the Ornn. The lane pushing away. Maul Drifter moving up through the jungle. Gonna get that crab there, and Zinzao was looking for a little bit of a lane gank there, and not gonna get spotted out just yet.
I'm actually surprised that Sion decided to actually jump in there. I mean, he saw that his Lilia was in the area, so maybe he could have said, hey, let the Ornn keep pushing. He's trying to kind of hard push me in, so what if I kind of poke him out a little bit, but not too much, so that Lilia can come in and get the kill there, but decides, no, maybe... Just trying to maybe get the kill solo bolo here, really start my my bow special coming out. But I mean, just decides not happening.
It's already happening. The farm is getting pretty big there at the top lane, and that's AD already bought on the Sion double longsword on this first bag is really going to help that wave clear that Sion's very famous for having as a tank. And it's just getting a little bit of extra damage. Wormlock, my bad, just going to get that level up and confirm that they are okay. These teams are just kind of going to smack each other around and not quite scale too well as we're playing for the long con here. So I'm expecting to see some calls on first backs, and I will be annoying about it.
The steal came out,
that's a really good steal there from the Xin Zhao. Is finding that with the flash forward, forces it from Maul Drifter, maybe a little too far under tower. He just has to commit, and he's gonna fall first blood to Maul Drifter.
I think he didn't take that first tower shot. He actually would have got the kill there. Ooh, great cancel. That's what you're supposed to be hoping for as the Ornn, be able to cancel the brittle. But I mean, he gets the Q up pretty quickly, so it's still not gonna be enough. For the double longsword, is that type? I don't remember what the 80 sign is. Is it Titanic Hydra first item, or am I just going crazy?
I'm pretty sure you're supposed to go full lethality. with him, or like near full lethality if you're gonna go AD build. But he's probably gonna try and go the Titanic and just do their best to like be a nuisance more than like a true tank. Because if you're Ornn and you're dealing with a full AD Scion, it is going to be really tough because now this Azir and Lily is really enabled. You have to prioritize armor earlier. And yes, it's going to help against Jinx, but I do like the decision from Scion here. I don't mind it. That's Xin Zhao getting spotted out with the flash and the flay. Celestial Martin just going to get slowed down with that exhaust. Hook's going to go wide, but going to find the Rel there. Trying one more. Rel stack is going to fall there. Fafnir fan found their first kill on this Kalista.
And Kalista also still has both summoner spells available. Jinx doesn't have the flash, doesn't have, and of course Rel doesn't have the flash either, but still has Bury Up and Ignite. So actually going to be beneficial. Of course, gets a kill, gets multiple summoners. Kalista's got summoners, so I mean, really great trade there. Bot lane going to be able to even get even further ahead on the farm here, right? We already see, what is this going to be? 17 farm ahead. Jinx should get most of it at least. Will crash into turret, but I mean, looking good for Fafnir for now. Well, 500 gold actually now over to Fafnir, and I think that for now, with the scaling comp that they, I guess, would you call Mel scaling? I mean, that's the question. Oh, actually,
Didn't even care.
Huh?
Yeah, she does scale. She scales fine. It's not like phenomenal, you know. It's not like an Azir.
Yeah.
She kind of scales in her ability to deal damage and single out people. I think of like Lissandra in the same way, where she does scale because she deals damage, but it's not like amazing.
The thing is, I feel her as like a very poke heavy champion. So I mean, she does still a lot of damage late game, but she doesn't do enough. I feel like she definitely has that prior early game where it just feels like she just melts you and you can't do much back to her. But I feel like she just doesn't do much later into the game. But of course, it is still annoying if you're squishy, at least. She doesn't do anything to tanks at all.
No, not really, but the beauty is that she can get around them pretty easily. So it's all good in there. And the first dragon going the way of Peaches is going to be pretty detrimental if you're the team that we said in draft, hey, we don't think you scaled too well and you're on a timer. Well, this timer's ticking already. It's ticking through. Lockdown going to find the knockup onto Oak Tree, and Xin Zhao decided the cross map worth it, but didn't find a whole lot on it, to be honest, so not a great situation here, and they're just going to go and start these grubs.
You get their top jungle, you get your grubs, you get the grubs, sorry, I mean, you just gotta hope that your bot lane doesn't die here. Not sure that they actually have vision on this Lilia, only gonna spot her out just now here. Ornn comes out as well.
Holy, that's gonna do a lot of damage. Flash away from Oak Tree to finish off the kill. Muldrip here in the bot lane, getting for the double kill there. Stunned under the tower. Mio is gonna find that final shot. The Rend enough to finish it off, but traded away. Celestial Martin finishes off another.
And for the scaling comp, you're feeling pretty good with already 4 kills to your name here, getting yourself that feats of warfare for yourself here. Now up 500 gold to their side now. I mean, yeah, your support got a kill, but hey, you're not going to be complaining too much there, especially now that you're up in kills, up in gold, and up in tempo.
And it's always so hard to stop a Jinx. Usually you're okay because we've got some sort of, reliable way to CC your point-and-click ability, but right now, all that is Xin Zhao knockup. Everything else is some sort of skill shot. Yes, I know Ornhorn's pretty big, but that can be missed, that can be kited around by the Jinx, or it can be kind of nullified by her teammates. So going to be pretty concerning here if you're Fafnir. How do we deal with this Jinx? How do we stop her? And really the name of the game is, can we get Kalista into this in a good spot, but already struggling to push into her.
Saw right there, Mel just stood there trying to take the minions while Azir just said, okay, here's 3 sand soldiers on top of you. Mel, I'm not sure you can take too much of Azir's damage. He still does a lot early game, even without any type of attack speed item here. But, I mean, top lane, I'm guessing feels pretty good. Yeah, now that I see the... oh my gosh, is it Triumphant?
Tiamat?
Tiamat. I don't know why I said Triumphant. Yeah, now he has Tiamat, so it is going to be that Titanic Hydra first item here for the for the Scion here. I mean, we've seen it all before, but
Fafnir gonna flash away. The Lantern is bringing the Xin Zhao into the fight, flashing onto Celestial. Martin trying to kite away, and the Lilia and the Rel doing their best to peel, but Martin cannot shake the Xin Zhao. Fafnir fan finish it first. The Ren in the double kill. Fafnir trying to finish off this fight. Rel trying to trade one back and is gonna get it with the dot from Maul Drifter, but the triple kill for Fafnir. The Callista in a great spot now.
I mean, 5 and 1. That's gotta be Bork already here. He got every single kill on their team. I mean, that's the trade that you want, right? We saw the 3-for-1 trade that they did earlier, and now look at this, a 3-for-1 trade again here. And Callista should get Bork on this rotation already. I mean,
The Scion ult mid lane there. Blue Mage really wants to find it. Holy, Wormlock is deleted, and little thumbs up from Blue Mage. Isn't going to be able to kite their way out, but does just have to flash. And Final Oak Tree blew a summoner spell, but that Ornn locked in is getting some plates now top lane.
Yeah, I mean, Mel only has the Blackfire Torch. It doesn't have like Leandri's or anything, because of course you want that mana there, but you still want to have some burn to get through a tank or two, just like that route, like the Scion here. But it's still something that still can do damage even with that. Gets the kill mid lane. So now Callista isn't the only one that has a damage here, but going back to that fight where Callista got the triple kill, I mean, I just saw Callista, it just looked so slow. The attack speed, it was just non-existent, but was able to stack just enough spears to get the kill onto T1 here, which is actually surprising because I didn't think that there was any spears, and it looked like either Korean or the Xin Zhao or the Thresh might have got the kill here, but nope, goes to the kill.
I also don't know what to call this Xin Zhao. I'm not gonna lie. No clue how to pronounce that name. If I do try, I'm gonna mess up. So, good luck. Sorry.
Right down to even get the right name right there. But another engage here. But looks like the trap just come down, not too much here. Locked in. I know you got some plates here, but I'm not sure you can really lock in against a Scion who's pretty good. You got... another
Tyler wants to go in. Found the box on Emil, but no slow yet. Jinx going for the rocket, but the pull back from Callista saves her support. Maul Drifter's now the next target. The flash away. Not enough. Tyler, the sniper, with a fine engage, turns into more.
The mastery after getting that kill, even though you're the support, you have to always here. Ooh, gotta be careful, locked in. You got two people here. You got the Streamer Shuffle available, but and actually Bloomberg's here as well.
Look for the rest of the fight. The Ornhorn sounded the Emperor's Divide. Gonna make sure that Ornhalt misses, and he's out of there. Beautiful Emperor's Divide.
Has Ornn actually hit an ult this game? Because he missed the ult top lane because of the knockup from Scion. Misses the ult now because of the Streamer Shuffle. Has Ornn actually hit one yet, or is it still?
I think we're 0 for 2 or 0 for 3. It's okay though. All of them have been like pretty solid blocks from Peaches, so they're spending time making sure the Ornhorn doesn't sound. So it's not a bad decision here as we're approaching this Herald timer. Is it really important here for Peaches to try and contest this, or do you feel like they should just keep going for farm with how fed this Callista is?
Depending on how the turret, I'm looking at the turrets here. I think that I think you really do want to contest with that Rift Herald, because if you don't get the Rift Herald, you're gonna be losing the feats of epic monsters. So you're gonna, without that, it's gonna be pretty bad because it has to come through here.
The train has been sounded. The wave is cleared. And he's out.
And he back.
Nice job.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
really
a wave.
Good escape right there. Actually, unless the Ornn can stop it. Not enough.
So close. And he's going to have to drop that wave top lane too in the meantime. So he's going to be growing this farm disparity between the Scion as he finishes up that Titanic Hydra on reset. Not terrible addition here for a Scion, especially as you're wanting a little extra help trading, wanting a little extra help clearing wave. It's gonna be good, but in the meantime, this Herald is up, and that Xin Zhao is immediately clearing Maul Drifter's red buff.
So you do definitely want the Rift Herald here if you are Fafnir, just because again you want the next feats here. You want the availability to get that turret here, because again if Justice gets the Herald, I mean that just means you have to not only get first turret, you also have to get the next dragon as well. You have to contest drag, which means we'll have another fight here. But no, they're just saying, you know what? We're just all going to go away. Just kind of 4-stacking in that bot river there. I think now the Xin Zhao is looking towards the Rift Herald. He does get spotted though. Of course, going to have to trade a little bit of his jungle here before it. Final Oak could also contest as well, but actually here comes the cavalry. There's 4 members in this area, and I think Locked In could be in trouble here.
Can they burst the
walking up?
I don't think they could ever try and burst Scion, and Final looks looking to try and make that re-engage onto the Xin Zhao, but choosing instead on Locked In. The cavalry is still on the way. The rocket finds Locked In. He's low, has to flash out. The TP joining all 5 members from Peaches. Xin Zhao going to block everything and run away from it, more like it. And the Oran Horn is sounded to stop the fight there, and Tyler's going to fish for a hook. Don't go just a little wide, and the fight ends, and Callista might be pretty happy with this trade.
Yeah, I mean, because of that TP in, yes, you might lose the Herald here, and even then, it looks like Peaches was just, we're gonna back out. So that should be first turret going over to Fafnir, and now they really do want to look for that Herald. Gives them the feats, give them the upgraded shoes, as well as the Oran upgrades as well. I mean, they're even in that late game. That's what they want, right? They don't want to give over any extra gold over to the side of Justice whenever they do want the scaling, right? With that a Jinx, with that Azir. So really good play there getting the turret, but is this going to be an attempted steal here?
They're looking for it. The flash away from Neo keeps him alive. Those melt stacks do a lot of damage. Wormlock, you can see them on that flank there. 16k, 1600, my bad. On this 1200, it's going to be up to the support. Wormlock trying to find the steal. The Emperor's Divide does a lot of damage. The Herald is not focused anymore. Blue Mage is the target. Callista brings back the support. Tyler's alive for just a little extra longer. Still alive. Callista's popping off in the back line. Shut down claimed, but a triple kill for Fafnir. Quadra kill for Fafnir.
And they don't claim the Rift Herald. There's no one there to actually claim it here. Scion is walking up. He might be able to claim it. I'm not sure the time. I think it's like 10-15 seconds here. So the Rift Herald, while they claim it, they get the stack of feats. They don't actually claim the Rift Herald. And that's a really beneficial play there for Fafnir. Getting a quadra kill onto the Callista. That's a wit's end already as well. This is what Fafnir needs to win this game and bring themselves to match point already. They're doing it on Callista.
They're really trying to prove us wrong on this Callista pick, and I'm happy for it. Their objective control is so strong. Yes, they lost that, but the turn on the fight was phenomenal. Tyler here walking a little far forward, but they're okay to do that. No one in the area. Muldrift are not even believing they can attempt to take that dragon there in just a mid push. This Callista is so fed. Halfway through her 3rd item already, 18 minutes into the game. It's really going to be a struggle because now we turn it on its head. How does Peaches lock down this Callista? Yes, they've got the sleep. Yes, they've got the Emperor's Divide, but you have to make it there in the first place, and she's got so much damage now. And the Oran Horn always loves playing into traffic. It's going to be a game to watch.
Look at Mel doing pretty good in CS. The Azir has not been really able to farm at all. I'm assuming the Shrelias? Is it Shrelias? Yeah, I think it's Shrelias. The Ice Temple. Walking up a little far. But you have the traps there. You're able to get out. You're not too scared here at all. Locked In's got to be a little careful if the Lily decides to jump down, just because there is Leandra on her. But the Azir just doesn't have the damage just yet, so it's going to be, the Horn's going to feel a little better to kind of walk up into these fights. But I'm looking at the Callista items. I'm surprised that's not a Runin's 3rd item, at least. I know it doesn't go 2nd because he wants the magic resist from against the Lily, against the Azir, but not going Runin's 3rd item. Is that Kraken Slayer? Or...
I'm trying to remember. Heartbound X, recurve.
Yeah, because I usually...
Oh, I didn't type it out. Yeah, I would like to see that Runon's Hurricane second this game, just because of how it could be. So this could be Terminus, which would be solid for close to here.
It would be it's most likely Terminus. I think Terminus is a really big item here for Callista, right? Because she is on hit, but I think again you still want that you still want the Runins just because you want the extra harpoons you want the extra spears onto everyone, be able to, especially with how auto attack or how squishy they are, you want to be able to get the stacks and pretty quickly delete everyone. But I mean, Terminus is still of course really strong, especially into a tanky Rel, into somewhat tanky Scion here.
It's good. And another thing that I'm even thinking about going for Callista here would be working in a Death Stance into this build for Callista would be so good for her. You're dealing with a champion like Jinx, you're dealing with a champion like Sign who do a lot of damage. That's the TV down to the bot lane. They're making sure this Azir doesn't get walked at just like Tyler did earlier, but Blue Mage, that might not be in the right spot. They're just making their way out of there. Mio not fast enough, but the Otacon started up. Ornn top lane does have TP. And the vision, not the best here for the side of Fafnir.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably going to lose this. It's TP down from Ornn, though, so they could actually come into this. Ooh.
Looking for it. The root is going to be found. A lot of poke onto there. The Ornn Horn sounded. 2,000, 1,613. Stolen by Fafnir. Now the fight returning. The Jigsaw going to get blocked by the Ornn. Locked in. Doing a phenomenal job of taking, peeling. It's just up to Wormlock. Mio is just phenomenally dead. There's nothing that they can do. Fafnir's too fed.
They get a single kill onto Tyler there. I think maybe got the reset, but the Jinx the Jinx Rocket didn't actually get any kills there to get the reset quick enough. Went down really quickly. I want to say Tyler did so well in that fight, hooking onto the Jinx there to make sure she wasn't able to do any damage in that fight. They get 2 turrets off of that, technically 3 because they did get that top turret as Ornn was TPing down in this fight, and it's looking, I'm not going to say unlosable for Fafnir, but it's looking pretty good for their side.
Come on.
I'm not caster cursing anyone. I've done it before. I'm not doing it again. I could always just say it starts with success.
It definitely, it's a very strong lead here for Fafnir, but you are still concerned about this Jinx. She finished off her twins, but you can see there, it's the Runon's Hurricane instead. Stuck
going to go
forever.
Wow. Okay. So you were cutting out a little bit there. I'm lagging.
I'm lagging. Don't worry.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Because I was looking at the Callista Knight, because I see kind of that. I'm guessing for the Zeal. I'm like, okay, now it's going to be 4th item, Runon's Hurricane. I mean, usually on the Callista, you're going to go Jack Show's 5th item, I think, just because it's just something that most ADC, or at least on ADCs, like that Jack Shows for that extra survivability in these fights. I think she's one of them. Actually, here comes the goal. Oh, coming out.
They're trying to find this pick on a Blow Mage, but just going to flash the red of there. Blocking a lot of the damage, but nothing else. The Drowsy, the Sleep, the Gone, shut down, claimed by Muldrifter. And the Cavalry's here for Fafnir. They really want to make this fight happen, as there's no Celestial. Martin right now on to Muldrifter in the backline is just going to get focused. The Ornn Horn along with Tyler. Fafnir found the first. He's legendary. And then knock up on a 2 into the backline. Mio has to flash out, but there's nowhere for you to go. The Spirit's going to go wide, but they're running the wrong way. They're trying to buy time. The objective bounty's claimed by Jinx. And this Rel's dead. This Rel's gone.
The Rel is dead, but I mean, it's really great here. Actually, by the Rel to kind of stall. Look at Jinx really getting the mid turret, getting almost half of that tier 2 mid turret for their team. That's really beneficial. But Baron is probably going over to the side of Fafnir unless we have the amazing Jinx Rocket, and Jinx Rocket is up.
The Jinx Rocket is up, and it's a flat 1,200. So you really do have to keep your eyes on that. But that
Here it
got
is,
hit
but-
early enough, blocked by Locked In. The Baron claimed by Fafnir.
That's looking pretty good. They have themselves on that soul point here. 7, now 8K, almost 8K ahead here. The Callista is 13-1-4. Really doing a lot here. Has that, of course, upgraded Orin item with onto the board there. I've usually seen it on Terminus, but just really wants a little bit extra AD and attack speed.
I am going to guess they probably just left Bork in their first item slot and forgot about it.
Fair
More
enough.
likely than not. Yeah, that's something I type as Ornn every game. I hit level 13 and I hit caps lock and I type move the item you want Ornn upgraded to first slot. Don't get mad. And it works every time.
Yeah, they have to. Bork is still a fine item to upgrade. I'm not saying that it's, of course, a bad one to upgrade. It's Callista's core item, but I think that Terminus just gives a little bit more. And actually seeing the magical cloak there, the magical cloak there.
Here comes the Scion train onto Blue Mage, but it's just going to get missed now. It's Xin Zhao pulling up the front line, Muldrifter to the back line of Fafnir, and the sleep is just onto 1 right now, but it's onto Fafnir, though. So many Ren stacks, and the Xin Zhao in the back line demolishes Peaches. It's a clean 5-0 ace. Final Oak Tree is just trying to clear the wave, but unable to do so. That's at least an inhibitor.
Yeah, I mean, you still have 26 seconds, 25 seconds on the Jinx. There could potentially go for the game or go for the fight. I will say, though, that Ornn was just sitting there, pushed ult and didn't move a muscle. Was just trying to aura farm or something here. They're probably going to be able to go for it. I mean, it's 14-1-7 Callista. And it is game 1 going over to Fafnir. And my prediction, see, and they said they proved us wrong. Callista gets a win and is doing better than every single team at MSI here.
You heard it here first. Fafnir better than Ruler, better than Hope, better than Masu. Able to carry the team, his own namesake team, to a good win over Peaches, and it was completely over. Like what we talked about before we talked about in draft, we were like, yeah, this bot diff is going to be pretty big and pretty hard to deal with, but it looked so manageable for them. It was crazy.
So well, I mean, look at the damage, 23k right there. Get the Azir, 6k, 0-4-0. Was not able to really do anything, was not actually able to get in those fights, wasn't able to scale, just got poked out by the Melt early and just got ganked and was not able to get in. I think his positioning, Wormlock's got to be a little better in positioning there, maybe TP into the fight a little better, but just wasn't too good for the Azir here, but we'll just have to see. And Callista has double exhaust? Huh? That's a little weird bug right there.
That's a bug. Nah, she had
double flash Pharrell.
Double flash Pharrell, the new tech. Yeah, just some classic Riot client issues, but really, I feel like what 100 like a big part of why Peaches really struggled in this game is they didn't have a bridge. They didn't have anyone that was a clear early game winner that just made them struggle. It was so hard for them to find a spot in this game where they could really contest. Yes, they had the hands. They even won the feat of warfare, but after that, it just looked so tough for them to even like squeeze their way into objectives, let alone even fight them.
Yeah, but I mean, with Fafnir able to do much, but of course, once you use it, you lose it here. We won't see any of the champion that you just see on the Rift again in this game too here. I mean, what do you expect to come out, right? Are we going to see the Vi Wukong ban again? Are we going to see the... Maybe we'll see a Jin get picked up or something that can really get stuff that hasn't come out. Ezreal still on the table as well. Caitlyn, Kaisa, and that's just a fairly ADC pool.
Yeah, it's looking good here, but we can speculate, we can sit here, we can talk about it, but we got to wait for the draft. We got to get proven wrong, and that means that we got to head to a short little break here. Rest, relax, but don't close the stream. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the short break for the Game 2 draft.